So I moved in with her and her son, who's the same age as me. I never saw her son at church. First time I met him was when I moved in. The guy is handsome too.
You know who picks up Australian accents hard? Any South Sudanese athletes in Australia.
Oh, okay.
So clearly, I love Nigerians. I love
This
the
is
food.
giving PR.
I love the food. I love the food.
And we're just there. You want to piss my eye? Having a good time. And I'm like, bro, this is life or death.
What's up? Welcome back. Another episode of the Disruption Podcast. 253. Thank you for joining us. Another Baghdadi.
Chivo Sergeant building, baby.
It's your girl, Moeezy.
It's the Prince. What's happening?
That's a nice yellow.
Oh, thank you.
I like it.
It's been a while.
So what's the gender
champion.
when it's yellow? What gender is that?
Neutral.
Trans.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh,
We're
wow.
back here. Like?
You know what else used to be yellow?
Oh, God.
What?
Livestrong bands.
Bro, we didn't even tell them what to do first on the pod.
Bro, you know what to
They
do.
know it, they know
Like,
it.
comment, subscribe, share.
All of that good
Yeah.
stuff.
All right.
Man. Are you throwing it back? Is
Yeah.
that what that is?
Yeah.
Live Strong Band.
Livestrong
I don't
bands.
remember
Do
them
you
being
not
called
remember
Livestrong. No.
Okay, so Livestrong was Lance Armstrong's foundation,
Yeah.
right?
Cyclist,
cancer,
right?
cancer survivor and cyclist,
Yeah.
yeah. And Nike had a massive partnership with them.
Yeah.
And I think part of their branding campaign and stuff was to create these, like, literally in that same color, yellow, bands. Like, they were just rubber bands,
Yeah.
right? That people would wear as bracelets. Not rubber bands, sorry, like a rubber bracelet
Probably, yeah.
that just said Live Strong,
Yeah.
right? And it obviously generated money for the charity and all this kind of stuff. Then it became so popular. I don't know if it was like this in Australia, but definitely Middle East and Europe, it was huge, right? And then they started
Fact that
coming
it
up
goes
with
there, though, because he's
Yeah,
Australian, isn't it?
Lance Armstrong's Australian.
Yeah, wasn't he?
Isn't he?
Isn't he American?
Okay, now we've all lost him. I'm pretty sure it's Australian.
You're thinking of the other guy.
Who's the other guy?
His name starts with an N.
Oh, snap. You might be right.
He
Wait,
is American, yeah.
Lance Armstrong's American? I thought it was Australian this whole time.
Yeah,
bro.
no, you're
Yeah.
thinking of the other guy that won Tour de France, yeah?
Yeah, who's that?
Australia.
We'll get there, yeah, cool.
Anyway, I'll figure that out later.
But Live Strong.
Yeah, and so then they started coming up with all these different colors, and then some were like gradients, and some had like prints on them, and all this kind of stuff. And kids in my primary school in the Middle East like loved them. Like it was like a status symbol if you had Livestrong bands, and the more you had,
so
the
funny.
cooler you were. And so like got to a point where like some kids in class would have them from here to like their elbow, basically, right?
Disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. It's like kids obsessed with something.
That one is supporting
Ooh, I
them,
thought
yeah.
of another throwback for next week, but but yeah, and so that became a whole thing, and but then 2013 Nike cut off with Livestrong because of
was
Lance Armstrong's
doping,
doping scandals
doping
and all that, and they were like,
scandal, yeah.
okay, what the heck? Dang. But yeah,
It's like that, the baggy
so
girl.
like that wasn't a thing here. Like kids
Nah,
weren't
I
just
don't
rocking them.
remember those,
heavy?
man.
I think so.
I genuinely don't remember the Live Strong band.
I don't
promise
recall
you,
that one, but I just know that we
clip out
had
of
random
this.
bands.
Yeah,
though.
someone will...
UK will pick this up crazy. The whole Livestrong, it was everywhere. The yellow Livestrong bands was
Right.
like the thing, and it's like if you were a bit of a sportier kid as well,
You were.
you had to have it on.
Bro, I mean,
Apple
it sounds
Watch.
like you guys had this one as well, but the one that I know absolutely ran rampant through our community was the Power Balance ones.
Yeah, that was huge.
The Power Balance bands, I remember I had a red one.
Yeah.
A red Power Balance band.
Wait,
with the
first of all, how'd you get it?
So,
How
my
did you
mom,
get it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, 'cause
so my mom would, obviously, Nigerian mom, she's not going to buy this for me, right? It's not going to happen. It's just not, I can't convince her, Mom, there's this new thing around. It's a band. It gives you power, like power balance, and it's called a Power Balance band. That's my pitch. that's the whole pitch at 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? But I think a friend had a couple, and he gave me his red one.
Right.
Yeah? And I'm like, dog, I'm forever indebted into your servitude. Do you know what I'm saying? A red Power Balance band. And fam, I don't know what the marketing was around these, but they made you think it was superpowers, bro. You put it on, and this is just how like naive we are as kids, obviously. I will put that Power Balance band on, and then I'll start doing one hand.
Okay,
one leg balance. I'm like, bro, I haven't been able to do this before. Like, look how long I can do it. Oh my gosh.
crazy.
They put one on each hand. Oh my God.
I'm floating.
And what was the little thing in the middle? The circle thing?
I think it was
That
like-
was the cell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That the
Okay.
metal thing, whatever
Yeah.
that was there, that was the selling point of like
Yeah. Like that's
Balance.
what
That's
Mercury
balance.
or something.
Yeah.
Because I do remember everyone going like standing on one leg and being like, push me.
And then when you get multiple on one hand, one arm, you're different,
Bro.
It was like Thanos rings or something.
How do we fall for this stuff, man?
I don't know how we got, man.
But like, I'm sure
How do
they
you know?
had.
As if you never saw this.
No, I feel like I did see it, but there was never an emphasis on it when I saw it. I just
Yeah.
thought it was just one of those things. Like, you know how sometimes you go to events and they give you those bands? I just thought that's what it was. I didn't realize there was a whole thing attached to it.
I remember like early like year 7 year 8. There was, I don't know if it's the same bands though.
It probably is.
Probably is, yeah. Everyone just rocking. I was just like, what is this new thing?
Oh,
So naive.
I just checked that
Children.
Amazon is on sale. I'm just
It's on sale still. People are
they still have it.
People are still buying it.
Yeah.
I need a like.
You know
there
what
has
I
to
need-
be some kind of research
Yeah,
behind it in
you know what
terms
I
of like what it was and why. You know what I mean? Why we're able to get it.
Yeah.
It says here, studies have found that power balance bracelets have no effect on power, strength, athletic acuity, or balance.
They do nothing.
This is also true of the bracelets that have negative ions. Bro, like, what did we really think we were gonna? I thought it was gonna just transform everything. Like, I thought I was running faster with it. Yeah, it's a lot.
Kev, second, you don't have the power band,
You
bro.
don't have the power band, brother.
Yeah. In January 2011, a suit was filed in the United States against the company for fraud, false advertising, unfair competition, and unjust enrichment. Power Balance agreed in September 2011 to settle the class action lawsuit. The settlement terms entitled
How much?
Power Balance purchases to a full $30 refund plus $5 shipping.
To people, $30,
Wow.
bro. There's no way people are buying these for $30.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Wow, man. You
That's-
telling me I
to
took
be honest, I
$30
just
out of
checked,
my
it-
friends'
it-
parents' pockets, bro.
30 US.
It's $32 right now.
That's slow.
They have not changed anything.
Bro, hey, yeah, I know this.
Hey, like, what are you still selling these for? They're
still
running
going.
a dead
It's still
operation, man.
It's still going, bro. Hey, man, actually, I want to find out what it was that was actually on there. It was like a hologram, so that thing would like,
Yeah.
would like reflect a little bit.
Depending
So
on where you stand.
even the display, when you look at them, like, bro, there's something happening. Apparently, like, they're designed to resonate with and respond to the natural energy field of the body. So I think we thought we were harnessing
Yeah.
something in there.
Mood ring.
Our aura is growing, and you know it's just powerful and crazy right now. Yeah, we got done, man. We got scammed, bro. Yeah, it's mad. So you never had this? Did you ever get one?
Nah,
I never got one.
yeah.
My friends had one, but
I didn't know where to get one from. Everyone
Bro,
had
I
one,
cherish
and I
that,
could never convince my mom to
buy it, yeah.
me that.
I'm pretty sure when I lost it, I was actually distraught, bro. Like I
No
thought,
balance.
Like, yeah, I've lost everything. No balance.
Bro, couldn't stand up.
Couldn't stand up on it. Even very quickly on this aura thing. This is a new phrase
new word,
that
yeah.
I'm behind.
It's
I love it.
Aura.
Wait, how's this, bro? You watch anime for time, you know?
No. Okay,
Nah,
I've
but the
learned
way it's being
the
used.
way aura is being used.
Oh,
right
okay.
now
Wait, has it
is
been-
some of the greatest? Like, you know how we always talk about, like, okay, for example, like Riz. Yeah,
Yeah.
we start seeing it, and we're like, okay, now we know this is how Riz
Is this
is
what
being
that-
used. This
yeah.
is what this word means, right? Aura is being used in the like most beautiful way by social media right now, and it's like it's one of those trends I can get behind. It's like
Try to see if they do it same as anime.
if you
but-
do something epically cool and you just calm collected about it, it's like you got like infinite aura. If you do something like embarrassing, yeah, and like it's just like this is just don't do this ever again, or don't show your face ever. Like you've lost all your social kind of credibility.
No
That's like,
aura.
no aura, negative aura. Yeah, there's a video I saw recently of a guy. He was in a mosh pit at a festival. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this too. But he tried to do a backflip and he bumped into someone, so he fell on his head, yeah?
And then he starts fighting them.
And then he starts fighting him. He tries to backflip again, lands again. And then he tries one more time to backflip, lands on his head. Someone was like negative 1,000 aura, bro. Like, bro, I'm behind this phrase.
Someone
It's
had
amazing.
the same no aura thing for Damson when he was taking a photo with Lori Harvey, and he's like, it's like, bro, you've never had a bad girl.
like no aura.
Bro, you never seen this phrase yet?
No, I
Bro,
haven't.
it's hitting, man. Like, I can...
The only word, how do you know that from anime? You know,
Yeah.
everyone's
The
chilling.
aura.
Someone walks in, it's like, I can feel an aura.
Yeah,
You know?
like it's being used around the
It's being-
same
yeah,
sense
yeah,
of what
it's
the
the
word
same
aura
phrase, yeah,
means.
yeah.
But I like the
a
way
nice
social media is
way,
running away
yeah.
with it. Man's like infinite aura, negative 1,000 aura, 0 aura. You've lost all aura for the rest of your life, kind of thing. Yeah, it's mad, bro. But yeah,
You
hey,
guys even see this
I
there?
want someone to rate our aura, to be honest, in terms of what we're saying, bro. So the comments might have to drop that down, rank us in terms of aura levels, bro.
Is it a number?
Nah, there's
Or
no
just-
number. It's just
Yeah, how does it
You
work?
got it or you don't?
it's an infinite scale, bro.
Okay,
so
got
I want to
you.
see. I want to see where we're standing, man. Yeah. Anyways, man, we have a scale where we can know where we're standing, and that's our top 3, innit?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have tuned in to the last episode, we started fresh. We started from scratch, and we've got a new leaderboard. And currently, Nor is taking the lead.
Church knows all about leaving church.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. All right, so
Good top 3.
today's top 3, we haven't done this one yet, and it'll be interesting to
I mean,
see.
you'd hope so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Anyways, that was an inside
Hey,
thought
bro,
that I just said out loud.
Negative 1,000.
1,000 aura, man.
All right, so we've got top 3 most sexiest accents in the world. So today's top 3, we've got top 3 most sexiest accents around the world. I'll give you bonus points if you can do the accent as well. Take us away. Who would like to go first?
I'll kick it off. The first one, French.
Oh, freaking.
Francois.
Did you have that first?
Nah, forgot about it. Forgot about France.
People always say French is the sexiest.
Nah, man.
Pepe Le Pew.
You.
You guys remember Pepe Le Pew?
Nope.
And the
The
second
sexy, the sleazy skunk from the cartoon.
Oh, yeah. Is that his name?
Pepe Le Pew.
From Looney Tunes and that. Yeah. Oh,
got that
damn.
all.
His name.
Yes.
Bro.
South African.
C'est African.
I don't know if it's actually on top 3 currently, but I know it was once upon a time.
Carls.
Go.
We have the same top 3.
And then New Zealand.
As an honorable
mention.
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
And your third is Spanish.
Yeah, your third is
What are you
Spanish.
saying?
Yeah, this.
I put French first,
Oui, oui.
Spanish, because I was trying to say sexiest, like that could easily, like people would say male and female. You know what I mean? Because I don't know which way we're going.
Damn it.
French first, Spanish second,
Yeah.
South African third.
Yeah.
That's a personal preference. Honorable mentions was Jamaican and
man.
Italians.
That's interesting.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
See.
Bro, can people even understand Jamaican? Wow. Like the accent. No, I'll tell you why. I watched about Mali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually understood, like, the accent, even though they're speaking English.
Yeah.
But a lot of people low-key around me actually didn't
They need the
understand.
subtitles.
They're like, yo,
I think for this is just the way it sounds.
can't
Even though they don't
understand.
understand. They don't
Ah,
care
yeah.
what it
Ah,
sounds
okay,
like.
fair.
It's just, yeah.
Chipola lingo,
Oh, gosh.
Spanish, British, Scandinavian.
British.
Sir.
Like the whole British. Do you not know how many accents are in Great Britain?
Sorry.
Scouse.
Sorry.
From.
Stephanie not Scouse, man. I'm gonna go.
you have to pick someone.
Scouse is actually
I'm gonna-
number 32.
Yeah, it's one of the most
So good
disgusting things in the world.
They did pretty well to be number 32 for the Scouse accent.
I mean, how many English accents?
I'm
can
going
there be?
London.
Okay.
Okay.
Posh?
Huh?
Posh?
No, yeah, whatever. Scandinavian, honorable mention, Nigeria. Yep.
Nigeria is number 29.
Number 29.
Yeah. Just
That's pretty good.
just food for thought.
Black
yeah.
Scouse?
Thinking about a Spanish might actually be second.
Scandinavian, obviously, that's not a country.
But it's a region that has
That
that. They
region
do
there.
speak similar, I think, most of them, yeah.
So, all right.
Alrighty, so this list was compiled from Instagram, TikTok, and the web, right? It's a trusted
This list was
source.
compiled from my ass.
What do you mean by that?
Wait, no, it's a
Like
legit.
someone did it
It's a legit
using
thing.
those
Yeah,
sources.
guys, it's a
Oh, right. I thought this was you.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like,
come on, guys, it's not me.
Which one has the most likes? Like what?
No.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. So we'll go in. Okay, number 5. Number 5 was actually the Australian accent.
I
Yeah, I'm not
think
People
surprised.
really do like
Yeah,
Australian
Yeah,
do
accents.
people
like
like
it. I'm not
Australian
surprised.
accent. And a few years back, it was actually in like top 3. So
yeah.
Dang.
See,
A
that
lot of
was what I
people-
was talking about.
yeah,
Trevor's
people-
making fun of, like, yeah.
yes, they really, really like it. All right, and in number 4, we've got Italian accent.
Like, I don't have
Is it
Italian.
Italian?
That was my honorable mention.
Your honorable mention.
I had that in fourth.
All right, top 3, let's go.
All right, in third place, we have the Irish accent.
I was right.
Surprisingly,
I do remember hearing that it
yes.
was popular, yeah.
Irish accent
You know
is
what
in
it
number
is?
3.
It's. I remember this. This is where the male female thing. I remember hearing a lot of women say they find it really attractive when Irish men speak.
That
They
makes
speak,
sense.
yes. Yes.
Where's Conor McGregor from?
Ireland.
Well, okay.
And I
There you
love it.
go.
He did it.
Wow, okay. Well,
He changed it.
definitely
Kilia.
Spanish.
He changed it.
All right, in number 2, we've got South African accent.
African.
That's
Carl's
So-
had it in the
Hold on,
right place,
spot,
yeah.
Correct
I
spot.
think French
yeah.
is first then.
All of it. All right, and then in number 1, we have the Kiwi accent.
I was gonna say New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand accent. That one shook me. I'm not
I
even gonna lie.
Up there,
but
bro.
it was,
But
yeah.
not top 3, but yeah.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
You're gonna put mine all the way.
Yeah.
away.
I think Carlos
That's
took,
interesting.
Carlos
I even
took
drew the
that one.
flags. I
What
drew
it
the
was
Duolingo
before.
bird as well. Like all of that just to get
All right,
nothing.
what's the worst?
It's not the worst.
What's the worst?
Wait, what was worse? French?
On that list that you have, what's the lowest?
Yeah, according to the list, the objective
in number,
list.
okay, so this is a top 50
Yeah. So
list.
according to the objective
Croatian,
list. Croatian? I
Yeah.
don't know what that sounds like.
Okay, yeah, the Croats are.
and then Romanian,
harsh. Okay, so the same region.
not far behind that.
And then where is
which
like
one
I
are you
don't know
looking
some other
for?
countries?
French was 7,
Oh, right.
Oui,
which
oui.
you had down. Spanish was 8.
Wow.
Yeah, Jamaican was 17th.
You're making me crazy.
So
Oh, these people.
Daniel. Cut it out. And then like I don't know other countries. Like just keep going. Like just tell me what I want to hear.
look at
Like,
this
you
guy.
know, the
Canadian
one.
was 13.
Okay.
Wait, which one?
was Canadian,
Yeah.
Okay,
eh?
and the other one similar letters.
which is
Like just tell me what I want to hear, bro.
Yeah, bro.
26.
Better than Nigerian.
Yeah, 26.
Hey, shut up. Bro. You're right. You're right.
Hey, we don't speak
Don't know
English
how.
where we're from.
What? You still got an accent. Better than
Yeah.
Nigerian.
Better than Nigerian. To be honest,
You guys do speak pretty
Nigerian,
harsh.
yeah, very. It's a bit intense.
Also, you guys use
But-
like
Yeah, so like.
But these Nigerian.
serious words.
Oh, you know what it is? Okay, yeah.
You know-
Nigerian accent, maybe that's a bit peak,
Yeah.
but the use of the English language
Oh, it's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah.
is phenomenal.
You know who else has that? Malaysians as well. Like
Yeah, they
whenever
learned
I've
the,
hung
they learned the
out-
Queen's English, innit?
Yeah, well, I think both of you do.
Yeah.
like you both like because like the vocabulary range
crazy.
is phenomenal.
They call it vernacular over there.
Vernacular.
Yeah, serious.
I think they're not the exact same things, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Linguistic syntax? That sounds
Syntax
sexy.
error.
Yeah, but I reckon, the accent's a
Yeah.
bit packed up.
Kiwi was number 1.
Kiwi number 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to you.
I don't
bro.
think that's changed.
Thanks, guys.
Bro, knows the sexiest man alive. How did he do it?
I didn't do it.
How did he do it, bro? Yeah, that's mad, man. Australia was what again, sorry? Fifth.
Australian, yeah, it was.
It was
fifth,
actually- Australia was actually
and it used to be
second.
higher up.
The
Actually,
worst part is we do not sound anything.
that's the thing.
Australia was
Maybe
actually number
that's
one.
why.
What?
Because we don't have like a thick. Like you can tell someone's from
Okay.
Australia.
Are you saying like why we not
But I
sexy?
don't think we have.
Oh, what?
No.
Nah, you can tell
Like-
Australians when Australians speak on a,
Zero.
glo-
No,
on a
you
global
can,
platform.
but like,
But you're
okay,
saying the Australian accent is not obvious.
if you hear like someone from New York speak,
Yeah.
like the accent is very.
You reckon? No.
You
Okay.
know,
Nah,
what it
the-
is.
ours
like-
isn't horrible.
You know what it
No,
is?
not
What are
like
you
New
saying?
Yorkans are horrible.
Yeah. What are you
Sorry?
saying?
Are you saying that it's not attractive?
No.
Australian?
So what I'm saying is right. So there's certain
not
accents
distinct.
where it's very distinct.
Oh, it is
If you hear someone from New York speak, it's
Yeah.
like it's very.
Nah, but that's like
Whereas
any
it's
accent where the extreme is very easy to pinpoint. Oh, that's where this is from.
Yeah.
That's what because Australians that like
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
No, I think it's only when
the
we
Si-
use certain
there's like the
words, though,
Simpsons
isn't
episode
it?
when they come to Australia.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the guy's name. But it's like $900 dues.
Yeah, clean
And
art.
it's like it's that level of it's the same thing you can do with a Jersey accent. You know, like the New
The
Jersey one.
Jersey,
And you're like, oh,
yeah,
that's
they
New
drag
Jersey
the
or the
words.
Valley Girl
Yeah.
accent or whatever. It's like anything you can pull to the extreme and everyone's like, that's where it's from. That one you know, like is
The thing, yeah, you know, because I forgot what happened recently. But like I was listening to something, I couldn't see the person,
and you just knew.
and I just knew it was an Australian. But it's like it's quite. I think
can
maybe
tell,
for
yeah,
us,
yeah,
I think for us it's very easy to pick up even the less subtle ones. Obviously because
Yeah.
we live here. You
I
know
don't
what
think
I'm
there's anyone around me that has an Australian accent that I
That's
know
many
of.
blacks
Nah,
around you.
no.
maybe
On
that's the
this,
thing.
because this topic struck me on Friday night. You know who picks up
Oh.
Australian accents hard?
Who?
Any South Sudanese athletes in Australia.
Yeah,
Like
big
not
facts.
even not even at a famous level athlete.
Yeah.
Like
Big
once
facts.
they
South
start
Sudanese
playing
involved in
sport. Oh mate, yeah. What is going on? How did you all
is
do
very
this?
How
true.
did you
That
think
is
of it before?
very true.
Yeah, look, I could have done better,
Mate,
but yeah,
I'm just happy to be
yeah,
here.
You know, hey, big
Because they're surrounded.
Big game coming up.
Yeah, big game.
Yeah.
Coach has been driving a really hard,
I'm
real
like-
hard mission.
Yeah, and genuinely, I'm like,
Nah,
yo,
Like, yeah, yo,
no
you're
one
so
does it more
right.
than you guys
Yeah.
with this stuff.
Yeah, nah,
Because
nah,
they're
nah.
around it, like in the sport.
Yeah, to be honest,
you know,
London,
you're
yeah.
constantly around
Especially
that,
at
so that's
footy,
how you just.
100%.
But
I saw the Lebos that play footy.
yeah, I was
but
gonna say, but there's people like we're about as well. Maybe okay, for sure, we're not around Australians that you think of that have these accents. You know what I'm saying? For me, when I was working in a space, you know what I mean, where I'm literally around tradies and that back in the days, you know what I mean, long time ago days.
you start joining in
You join
Yeah.
in for the bands
colloquially.
Yeah.
Yeah, colloquially. Whew. Queen's English, that one really was a fight to get out. But that one, I didn't pick up the. Like it didn't I don't think it became a part of my.
Yeah, because of
thing.
like the footy boys. Oh, we're gonna get on the piss.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the?
And that's what I mean. It's
on?
the certain words that you say.
Yeah.
But like even right now, you
sound
say
too.
UK, like the UK slangs. Okay, I was gonna say brethren, but that's not one. But can you say brethren in an Aussie accent?
Yeah, brethren.
No,
Not bad.
no,
I
it's
just
not.
been around my brethren. Yeah, a little bit, no?
Yeah, I know. Hey, to be honest, yeah, you're kind of right.
Isn't it?
But I guess the difference for you is you'd go to work, hang out with them, and then you come back and then hang out with us.
Yeah, bro, if they go to sport,
Yeah.
come back to
Yeah.
their mum cooking
No,
up
no, that's what you're wrong.
combo,
No.
Barely.
Their friends are also, because I've had like family
Yeah, nah.
friends.
The
They-
footy guys,
the
once
footy
they're in
guys,
footy, they're white guys. only,
that's their thing now, right? And then they would literally hang out with us at community events that happens once every 3 months. That's literally it. And they would hang out for like 2 hours and say, mate, go for beers.
Yeah, my new friend's got a shindig going on later tonight. Hey, I'm just came to
Bush
pop by. Me condolences, mate, but I've got to hit off.
I was like, all right, bro. Like,
Okay, all right. We're here now. We're
Funny,
here now.
man.
How have you guys immersed yourself in the Australian culture in that regard? Like, what kind of friends haps have you pulled up to? What was a stark reality check? Contrast of like, bro, I didn't realize this is Australia. Like, oh, this is what you guys do. Because I've been to a bush doof. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
One of the wildest nights of my life. I sent my location on the way there because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out. You know what I'm saying? I'll explain some of the happenings of it. But yeah, how have you all immersed yourself then into the Australian culture?
I definitely played footy. What's so fun about that?
I remember when this guy was playing footy in high school.
I was tough.
All I remember was
Concussions don't stop.
oh yeah, no, he got body. He got
no
body.
way.
Yeah. No. There was a tournament or whatever they went to. Apparently, I remember one of the homies came back
first of all,
telling
that wasn't
stories.
footy. That was
Carlos,
rugby.
It was rugby. But Carlos got back, spinal, bro.
I was hey,
Winded,
bro.
life
Free
taken out.
the
I actually
guy.
saw like white, like my eyes were
That's
closed,
bad.
but
That's
I
bad.
saw
That's bad.
white.
Yeah, that's a concussion.
yeah. But that was different.
Nah, but what
That
I was
was a
gonna laugh
footy.
about with you with footy, I distinctly remember this guy playing footy, but he didn't have the AFL socks. He had the normal school navy socks, bro, in boots. What's going on here, bro? Them socks are stopping it.
Not serious at all.
Nah, no,
I'm serious.
bro. The coach like, hey, Carlos, come play, please come play for
Yeah.
us. I said, all right, cool. I didn't have this.
Oh my
Yeah,
days.
but,
footy? Okay, you immersed yourself in
Yeah,
that.
Oz kick and everything.
Oz kick.
wow.
Oz kick,
bro.
yeah, bro. I played at the MCG as well.
No, wait, this is crazy. I did not know this information.
Hey, diversity quota.
As a young, I was a banger, bro. I was
Yeah.
good. Age, 12. Joined the footy team. My brothers as well.
13, quit.
Played for like,
Career.
I don't even know how I got involved. Played for solid 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
no
Oh,
way.
actually longer than that. Way longer, actually. Yeah, MCG, Oz kick, played that for a while. And then, played a pretty high level, kind of, sort of.
hilarious, bro.
Myself and Guy, shout out to Guy. We were eating it up. Because again, that was like the first time they had like a black guy join the team. Myself and Guy,
Lost it.
we had the speed,
Yeah.
bro. We get the ball.
They've changed up the whole play
Bro,
now.
the
Yeah?
coach said, "Hey, listen up. Yeah, I know you got the speed, but you gotta learn how to bounce the ball too. Because we get the ball, we just like sprint down the line. So yeah, and obviously a lot of like the barbecues, little camps here and there.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a proper. That's a little bit
That's
of a
actually
proper
immersion,
immersion.
yeah.
It's pretty
For
good.
6 years, bro.
That's a,
strong.
yeah, that's a decent
Strong.
immersion, bro.
Yeah,
Wait, you were playing footy when you were 18?
yeah, I think so.
Well, okay. Yeah.
But I played for the club. I played for
Yeah.
the club like solid. Yeah,
Wow.
solid 4 years.
so
Yeah. That was we went off.
All right, yeah. What's your immersions?
I used to go to the footy, and I feel like that's the most Australian
know
thing
this
I can
either.
do. I
Like,
used
go to the game.
Yeah, I used to
This
go to
is
the game like
crazy,
once every 4 months or something. I was a supporter of Sydney Swans as well. Had the scarf, had the beanie, and everything. We used to go. We just used to have a good time.
Who's we?
It was like a group of us,
So like, yeah,
like when we were younger. Like we did
like
this.
Cachinos or
Like some black, some white. Like it was like mixed. It was mixed. But I was a lot younger. But yeah, we just used to go, and then literally I didn't know what was going on. But when everyone cheers, you just get up and you cheer as well. And then it's like everyone's
Beer
just
gets poured on you.
literally everyone's with their beer and all of that stuff. So that's how I've been getting myself involved. I need to go to a footy game again though.
Yeah,
that's-
it's good vibes. It's good
like,
vibes.
why am I not? Like,
actually
let's
good
check it
vibes.
out. Yeah.
I went once. Worst sport ever.
Oh man. Okay.
I don't like the sport.
Yeah,
this
fair
guy's
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So anyway, yeah, continue.
I used to watch the foot. This isn't the immersion part, but I used to watch the footy every Friday night, like when I was younger. Like I'd actually, like my parents would know.
Like you'd want to know who's
Yeah,
on the
you
ladder.
yeah,
and
like
yeah,
I would.
yeah. Right.
I remember. I can distinctly remember back when we had like the two lounges. So everyone's doing their thing in the other lounge or whatever. I'll be in the other one. I got my blanket, cozy.
Just imagine this guy blanket putting up, Mom, pop up.
And I just watched the Friday night footy, bro.
Nah,
Wow,
yeah,
it's
back
mad.
then, yeah.
I reckon my immersion though was working in
Yeah.
in the retail job before. Yeah, the bush doof that I went to, bro. It's like it's almost like think about a place where anything goes. Do you know what I mean?
Look out in the
Yeah.
wild.
Do you want to pop pills? Pop
Wilderness.
pills.
Do you know what I'm
Do
saying?
you want to throw your sandals in the fire? Throw them in.
bro?
Is it campfire type of
the
vibes?
massivest bonfire that I've ever seen in my life.
Just a flame at this
A
point.
flame. Yeah, this is a wildfire now, contained. Bro, mattresses are getting thrown on them. Like, oh, that's a bit green, isn't it? Hey, you see that smoke? It's a bit green. Oh, don't put it in, man. You'll be fine. Right. That kind of vibe. Dude's got a tractor, bro.
He was like, don't breathe it in. Help!
Well, yeah, bro. Dude had a tractor and like I'm on the back. Crazy. He's like here driving it, and then another homie is sitting on the bonnet.
Human centipede.
Bear in mind, we're driving in the dark and there's hills and he's a tall guy. So just imagine a tractor where his legs are like hovering off the ground. Like at any point, the wrong bump, his legs are
yes,
tucking
finish.
underneath the tractor and he's flipping forward. And we're just there, you want to piss my hand, having a good time. But I'm like, bro, this is life or death. This is real life or death situation we're in right now, bro. Just anything goes type of place. Bro. All of these guys always have farms and just land.
Lots of space.
Land.
rough.
Nah,
Funny
dude.
thing is, you hear these stories, and no one gets injured.
No one ever gets
That's the thing. I've seen like TikTok videos or like just videos on the web where like kids are driving. I've seen one where a dog is driving as well, but it's literally out in the farm. Like they're out in the farm. So
There's nothing
obviously
to hit.
you're not running into anyone. You guys haven't seen that video
Nah,
of the dog
man.
driving
I've
the
seen
car? I
that.
said, wow.
far out, man.
Yeah.
But I think that was a
Yeah.
serious immersion. In terms of regular, though, like being around Australian culture, I don't think I've really got to have that except for working.
Yeah, right.
Did you ever? Yeah, how did you immerse as a person coming
that's
out?
what I was thinking. Like, because when I came to Melbourne, I was already just about to turn 14. And then my high school was predominantly Asian and Sri Lankan Indians. I was like, I'd say at least 85% of the school.
It's as Aussie as you can get, mate.
Yeah, and then the whites would really stick to themselves. Like they would always allow like a token Asian
To be
girl to be part of the group. Yeah.
Right.
And that was pretty much it. And so in school, I never really. Then out of school, even my workplace, like when I worked factory and stuff, it was mostly like islanders and
Yeah.
whatnot. And then like even social life, like whether church or whatnot, it's just been more Asians, Africans. And so, and then like any family stuff has been Arabs. So it's like I've actually never
Haven't
really,
really.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Interesting, man. You know, like, yeah, obviously we went to a super multicultural high school, but because it's such a melting pot, everyone forms a culture,
Yeah.
almost like a synonymous one.
Yeah.
So you don't see the full expression of like, yeah, sure, there's hella Australians or like, you know, Anglo origin people here, Caucasian, whatever.
Yeah.
But no one's like
Yeah.
acting as that within the school setting or something. Like everyone's just everything. You know what I mean? But I was gonna then ask them, what aside from Australian, then what culture have you guys immersed in or found yourself immersing in that is like not your own?
The answer's obvious.
But yeah, what do you guys think in terms of culture that you've immersed in? Because I'm so curious about Marwa specifically in your high school. Like that's all white girls,
Yeah.
but yet
But yeah, what?
No
There
trust
was-
fund
there
baby
was-
friends.
There was
no
a
boat party
disconnect.
invites. high teas.
There's a disconnect there. That's why.
Crazy, yeah.
That's why. But
Did you ever go to their houses like when you were in high school?
yeah, no, I did. Birthdays, celebrations. Like I was very
Sound pretty
involved
connected.
with them, and then it's just,
Did you feel different at all? Nah.
of course, all the time. They made me feel
Like, I was gonna say, did they make? That was
they
more the
made it
question.
known that I was black, and
Like
that
the
I was
parents and
within.
stuff?
Sorry.
Like the
That one
parents
is
and stuff at
crazy,
birthdays,
though.
or the friends?
Not necessarily.
You can take a photo too.
I was planning
Not really the parents, but it's like more, obviously they'll comment on like the hair type of thing, skin, and parents, oh, what's it like back home in Africa? Have you been back? And like those type of comments here and there, but it was nothing ever like direct. But yeah, it's just haven't really hung out with them as often. I miss them though.
Oh, not enough because we haven't been invited to anything, and we really could have. That would have been great at the wedding. If some of them brought
Oh
their money,
boy,
but-
get out of here. But I think I've obviously embraced your culture
There.
a lot. Nigerians.
Hey, what's with the?
I was like,
Wait,
Yeah.
no, literally, I love Nigerians.
Okay.
Clearly, I love Nigerians. I love
This
the
is giving
food.
PR.
I love the food. Sorry, I love the food.
That was beautiful comedic timing.
You did well. You did well.
hey, good one.
I was sold, bro.
But anyways, I've embraced. I hope I've embraced your culture enough. But because I'm around you, I'm around your family, and I'm actually not around any other Nigerians besides you guys, though.
And
Except
everyone
like
else that we
church.
have, yeah.
No. Of course, like church and
lot of
Bible
people.
study. But outside of that, like in terms of like friends
Wider
and
community, yeah.
that I see regularly and hang out with regularly
sense.
outside of the church activities, it's just you guys. Yeah.
The Sudanis took me in like an adopted
Yeah, bro.
son.
You're
Like an adopted
My parents,
you
prodigal
embraced
son.
it. You embraced
Bro.
it.
Yeah, my
Crazy.
parents always ask me, hey, Daniel,
Daniel, Daniel, win. Where's Daniel?
That was so perfect.
My auntie, Daniel, what's Daniel? What's
Bro,
Daniel?
I'm knowing aunties' names, and then aunties would
Bro,
defend
even
me.
some of them just go, oh, what's this that Nigerian guy?
Yeah, that your
friend.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
reckon.
Sudanese, they love it,
Bro, because even over the weekend, Carlos goes, oh, there's a community event happening. Sudanese, obviously, yeah?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I really used to be posted up regularly
Yeah,
at
this guy,
these
yeah.
events.
Interesting.
And a part of me was like, oh, I miss it. But I was like, oh, snap. I forgot just how wild it was in there. And like, I'm like, what am I doing there? But like, this is meant to be my community too. I was like,
Yeah.
far out. Man's was integrated at a point in time.
And it's not
Heavy,
foreign
heavy.
for you.
mad, bro.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's
Hey, man, we're trying to get more Australian there, bro. We'll
Yeah.
try. I think it's changing though, man. I don't know what that looks
I'm trying
like.
to figure out where I want to dive into a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what culture I'm trying to sort of.
This guy, you Indian culture for sure, bro.
Yeah, Indian culture for sure.
Loves his Deprikas and Priyankas.
Wait,
bro.
right, first of
Sorry,
all-
that sounded
First
crazy.
of
My
all-
bad. Like the actors. Yeah.
first of
He
all-
loves the content they produce. Yeah, I'm trying to help you, bro. My bad.
I don't know. I'm just very I don't know. I think I just had Indian friends growing up. Yeah. Why smart?
To save this guy, I'm going to pivot for him.
No, this guy was like
No, I was just thinking another question. Like, is there any cuisine that you're fully like you know everything about it, even though you're not that around the people?
cuisine.
Everything about
Like a lot about it. Like a lot about it.
Ever since joining the church we're at, my goodness, my Asian cuisine knowledge and
Like
awareness.
as in a specific Asian or just
I think I've started to understand a bit more. Maybe, no, I think it's kind of broad. Maybe Indonesian. Very close to some Indonesians within church. So I understood Indonesian a lot more. I want to say a bit of the Malay, maybe. Malaysian cuisine. Yeah, but it's a bag that I think a lot more people need to
Tap into.
Tap in. Oh my goodness, bro.
Funny enough, like at church 2 weeks ago, I was talking to one of the guys that's Malaysian. Just, telling me about all the cuisines and the coffee as well. Telling me, I gotta try this coffee.
Banger.
Yeah, our parents are banger. Yeah. But it was quite interesting just learning about, what's there. What's a popular, what do you guys eat? I think mine is Nigerian. The jollof.
See, even now I'm starting to be like, we need more. We need more to rope people in. It can't just be.
Yeah, to be honest, I think jollof is the front door.
Yeah, it is. It's a
It's
very
the
big.
front door.
crowd.
Okay. It's the front door. Would you add
put it this way? Jollof has serious aura. Serious aura.
You know what's funny? Remember
Yeah,
the
you're
last
right.
episode when I said I ran her back to the previous episodes. Remember your name used to be Isayo, and then you said it's like Jollof song. This guy was a very early supporter of Jollof rice.
No.
Very early supporter.
Sometimes I think it's overrated, and then I try to say, look, this thing's not overrated.
It's just it's one of the best rices
Yeah,
out there.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just want us to have a bit more to the name. You know, it's those. Why are you doing your face like that? I just peeped something across as I was just engaging in conversation. You saw it too, yeah. You're doing up like.
Because
Like, do you not think like all right, like as in
depends who
globally?
makes it.
What? Yeah,
It
fair.
depends because I've
mean,
had
yeah, but
from
like-
a few different ones, and
Bro, if I make a creme brulee and a Michelin star chef makes one, like yeah, it
no,
depends
but like
too.
no, but the thing is because it's so like tomato, like the tomato is very strong in it, right? So it can go bad.
Yeah.
But whereas there's certain dishes where it's like it. Did you know what I mean?
Nah, man.
No, I hear it. Like you're saying, it can like people can easily make it not great.
Yeah.
But I reckon if
No,
when
I
it's
think
made
I think
well,
baseline it's not great, but some people make it good.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
what it is.
This
Like
is-
base
I like
is
this.
not
I don't know if
great.
I agree with this thing, but I like this.
Yeah,
take.
yeah.
Sounds nice.
Like that's how I see it. I'm like baseline. It's not the greatest thing,
Oh,
but
I
people
have a dish
make
like
it
that.
good.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Lasagna's like that. I don't think lasagna on at base is that amazing, but when it's done really
it's a
well,
bag of lasagna.
Right, yeah,
it really
yeah.
bangs.
I
Yeah.
think lasagna is nice regardless.
To be honest,
No, but I think I agree
yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Lasagna?
Fair,
Like when
fair.
you think about it, like it is a bit of a
It's sloppy.
yeah, but
But when it's done
good
well,
Good.
yeah, you're in for some good night, bro. Yeah. Wait, go ahead.
I was thinking of lasagna because for me it's just all the same lasagna. But the jollof I agree with though.
Yeah.
Because when I tried over here, I'm like, okay. I tried over here, I was like, yeah, this is a banger.
Hey, man, no, man. When I learn it properly, bro, I'll make my own new formulation. I got y'all, bro. Yeah. Just give me a couple years. Bro.
Years.
Let me perfect the formula.
yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah,
30,
yeah,
bro.
nah, let me perfect the formula. We can chat. I was gonna jump into the ruining our life
Okay.
conversation.
Ruling.
Because I was just thinking about when you obviously you're tapping into cultures and that too. I literally was like thinking about the Aussie culture and how no one ever dies or gets hurt most of the time in these reckless ass things. But I'm like, bro, if we start to try to live like this, we're not surviving, bro. if I let
Definitely
our
not.
Nigerian raised dog drive the car in the farm, somehow we're hitting a tree in an empty field. You know what I'm saying? But you put something in the chat regarding how it's so easy to, I guess, ruin our life.
Yeah, let me read exactly how it was.
And then
That's a good one. Yeah.
kind of brought it to the line of some of the preventative like factors and whatnot as well. So let me see this one here. I think you phrase it like this. You can easily ruin your life in like less than 24 hours. So for example, drugs. This one kills me that you put there. Get pregnant, prison, etc. But what is something you can do to permanently change your life for the better in that same time frame? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Same time frame.
And especially you said permanently change your life in that same time frame.
There's one.
One
There's
thing?
only one thing I can think of too. Oh, you
What,
go
Christian
first.
perspective or actually something different?
Just everything. I feel like for me, there's one.
right.
Maybe if I think deeper, there might be more. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you give your love to God, your life will actually change.
In that instant. Okay.
In that instant,
Yeah.
well, that's-
Expand a little bit.
Like, I think how you view your life, I can't speak for everybody actually. This is just my thoughts now. I think how you view your life and how you view what you're doing, and just your purpose is generally, right? So what you were doing previously, you're like, this is not my purpose, right? Because your eyes sort of open up, your heart opens up in terms of what I'm actually supposed to do. What is my purpose? How I'm supposed to live, right? So I think from there, people actually, and our pastor spoke a lot about this as well, where people who are addicted to certain things, that's gone,
That one's always crazy.
right? Where it's like he was even talking about how his dad was addicted to
Cigarettes.
right? When he gave his life to God that day,
cigarettes.
he just was just gone,
bro.
right? And there's plenty of other people who are addicted to things for years and years and years. And the moment they gave their life to Jesus, that addiction is gone, right? So yeah, for me, that's a clear example of what you can permanently do. Well, yeah, decision that you can make that will permanently change your life for the better. Yeah, in that instant. A lot of other stuff just feels like it's over time and consistency, right? But you had one. Though.
I think the only thing I can think of that you could do, this one just takes chance, but the same way those ones take chance to ruin your life. You know what I mean? Is you could attend an event and meet somebody very like a great network, You know what I mean? Like, as
Oh,
in
in that kind
meet
of
somebody
sense.
and add them to your network, and that changes your life. As in, instantly becomes a business opportunity, becomes a job, becomes like a mentor, becomes something like extremely positive for your life. Like, you know, you do hear the stories like, oh, I went to, who was I listening to? Oh, Dana White, the owner of the UFC, was talking about this, and he was like the fact that he owns the UFC was just a chance thing. He went to this event, and there was, like, it was just a very random event, and there was these two it's full of story. Basically, he owed some people like $2,000 in Boston, where he's from, and they were like street dudes, and they're like, "Yo, cough it up, or we're gonna like come for you tomorrow." Yeah. And he was like, "I'm gonna leave Boston." So he goes LA or Nevada or whatever it was, and then the next day attends some event or something like that. Meets these two guys, which are crazy rich investors, kicks it off with them, whatnot, changes his life completely. Wow. Like, they are the other two owners of the UFC right now, like all this kind of thing. So it's like, that's the only, and it's just because he decided to attend whatever it was attend. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That is like one way around, like, but it's all chance. The same way though, like popping a molly one time and ruining your life is just chance, to be honest.
As soon as you start talking about the meeting someone thing, I like straight away thought about, like, you know, there's like coming of age movies and like, you know, okay, even before that, you know, on TikTok how they have this thing about like the trend of like the girl that's gonna be okay. Have you guys ever seen this?
Oh yeah. I knew it was gonna be okay, even though
Have you seen the videos? And like, it's you guys need to search up if you don't know, but like, the girl that's gonna be okay, and there's always like she's always saying like these corny. It's hard to explain, man. I'll have to show it afterwards, bro. But in the coming of age movies, right? You think about those people where maybe there's someone that's like really like depressed, down, introverted or whatever, and then they meet that person in high school, or like that new student that comes in, and they're just like take life's not that serious, or
they got an aura.
They got some aura to them. Let's be adventurous, kind of, you know what I mean? And then you start to see that person's like character transform and change or whatnot, right? So when you were talking about that, like that came to mind. I'm like, oh, you can see that in the positive sense of like, let me let that pass, bro. Someone's running from the cops or what?
Someone has no aura.
But yeah, you can see that in the golly, bro. Just
is
give
there
it up.
a chase going on?
I think there's a chase.
Did you see the video of the chase in Melbourne?
Yes,
the people that stole the
But
But someone said they're doing something very illegal, but they're very supportive to each other.
When they were talking to each other.
They follow us. Oh, they got us, babe.
Trust me, babe.
Out of the car, get out of the car. Those are some real
That was so
Australians right
funny.
there.
That
bro.
was so funny.
Aussie culture, mate. Yes.
You were saying like a positive experience.
There can be a positive experience, but when you talk about like chance, it's like at the same time, like think about it, right?
Bad people.
Yeah, if you're a parent, and you've like noticed that your child is now hanging around
Scary, bro.
this new person's coming to their life, and you start to see that change already. It can look sometimes, it can look positive, but it's like imagine that person just now takes them down the complete opposite direction of the other path. I was like, damn, it really sometimes is up to chance in that setting of like every connection, every decision, every moment. It's a flip of a coin in terms of like the long-term impacts that this could have. Like, it's mad. Yeah, he could. Imagine the people that Dana met or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
He could have just
scammers, street dudes. Blah, blah,
and now he's in like a bigger debt, and now he's in jail for fraud. Or something, you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
It's wild how
it is crazy. I think when I was reading, because this came from a tweet, right? Someone was asking like, what can you do in 24 hours that is positive?
Yeah.
Whereas so many things you can do that just ruin your life within 24 hours. Sure. And I was like thinking like, even like, I feel like it's a biblical principle where it's just like good things take time.
Yeah.
And things that are quick, like, what's the word? Like just quick gain or quick entertainment or quick whatever really are more likely to ruin your life. And that's just, it is what it is. Like good things just take time.
Take time for sure.
It's hard.
It builds up, you know.
Because I was thinking, I was like, all right, something you can do to positively change your life, like in less than 24 hours. Okay, mentality shift or something like that, or like just make a decision, internal decision that But then it's like, oh no, but that still takes practicing. Takes you to
that still takes
every day consistently implement this, blah 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 blah.
Another chance one could be winning the lottery,
but see, even
and then getting a large amount.
But it's like. Yeah, that is just chance.
Yeah, literally.
Being
A lot of this comes to chance.
being given a chance by someone
Is that like
could
reading?
change your life dramatically.
Which would be the same with like meeting
someone.
someone.
Meeting someone.
Yeah.
There's actually nothing else then. Hey, I mean, there has to be surely, but
Yeah.
I'm really trying to think like, if anything less than 24 hours,
In less than 20, you make your life significantly
different in that way, man. Ah, it's tough, bro. I always think that though, that I shouldn't pass up on the opportunity for networking
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
phone call that comes in of like a number I don't know. You know what I mean? All those kind of things there. Like there'll be so many events that like this guy and Jeremy will go to, and their plan there is to go and what's the phrase again?
Shake hands.
Shake hands
Shake
and kiss
hands.
babies. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We're
Jeremy's
showing face.
phrase.
We're meeting people, and someone's gonna change something. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then part of me is like, I can't be bothered.
I
I
think
many of these, but then what if the time that I
Yeah.
could have that one?
Yeah, I think what I've kind of grown to, especially like within this creative space, to be honest, is like I've kind of gotten to this point where I'm like, if it's gonna be the same people that I always
That's
know
the thing,
are
yeah.
at these events, I don't need
Yeah,
to go
yeah, yeah.
because it's like now I know these people. This is not networking. I know you,
You know them, yeah.
you know. But I try not to pass up on ones where it's like, oh, I actually don't know a lot, like half of the people that are gonna be here.
Yeah.
That's why I was when people say I come through to this network and I'm like, I know everybody there.
Bro, I know everyone there.
You know, I could chat to them tomorrow on the phone. What do you mean? But yes, you're right. I think in terms of like a new space, let me see what's good there.
100%.
I don't know anyone there, but let's go see what's good.
Bro, even that one though, when someone does give you a chance or you take a chance on them, it's like, how do you even know to trust this individual? Because like obviously it's chance at the end of the day. Like what the heck do you use? What's your metrics? You know the sweet talkers, bro. Silver tongues.
How do you
Like,
ensure
gut
that they're
feeling a lot of
legit?
time is like
Bro, I have
intuition.
no trust in my
Listen, God.
My God's doing gulu gulu.
gulu gulu, bro. Chicken tikka masala.
But I don't know. Have you ever just had a good feeling about someone?
someone?
Like instantly, I mean, years ago, I was at the barber's and I get in the seat and whatnot, and like something within me, I was just like this barber's just such a nice guy, and I know he goes to church.
Right.
Never met this guy in my life. It's a new
Yeah.
barber.
Yeah.
And then he was asking me like, oh, like what are you doing Sunday, whatnot, and it was so weird. Cause he goes, he's like, what are you doing tomorrow or something? I was like, oh, I'm going to church. And he's like, oh yeah, sick. I was like, oh, what church do you go to?
He's like, who's
And
gonna
he
make
would, and he
change?
just asked the question. I was like, why did I ask him?
Yeah, well, like what a confident
Yeah.
question to ask.
Yeah, but it's like you could just tell, and
Yeah.
I could just tell the guy was pure, and it was crazy because it sparked the whole conversation, the whole barbershop. Like everyone started chatting.
Dang, yeah.
it was
I remember
very
when you
cool.
mentioned this. Yeah.
But it was like it was just a cool thing. But it's like it just instantly had this like kind of intuition. I was
You
like,
just
oh,
knew, yeah.
yeah, just like I think on a Christian sense, I was like, oh, I can just see fruit.
I always hear. I can always tell that.
Yeah.
Not always, but most
pure-
times,
pure heart.
Most times, I can always tell when someone's pure heart in that regard.
Yeah.
But in terms of like being able to, they say just call me and I'll have this person come and da 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 da.
Yeah.
Oh, you need that? Easy. I can sort that out. You want to meet up with them? You can meet with them on Monday. You know what I mean?
It's
Those
very-
kind
it's
of
very-
ones?
It's very hard
Yeah.
to judge those.
Very hard to like judge and I guess determine that. But I'm wondering, do you guys, are you good at that? You know, being able to
Like right then.
yeah.
I think I'm hesitant in general to
Yeah.
trust people, especially when it comes to like a collaborative thing, or if we're gonna go into business together or whatever. It's like I need to know I like you.
yeah.
Beyond trust you, and I need to know I like you.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like we're gonna be around each other quite a bit and stuff. But yeah, I think I lean towards like
to the side of
I really need to know you before we jump into things. Well, in terms of just connecting people, though, I'm happy to do that for anyone.
you doing that for people.
Yeah, like as in like if someone was like,
Oh, but even that's crazy, bro. Because you
Your
connecting
reputation
someone,
gets-
your
yeah.
represent. It's like when you give your friend the bypass for resumes at your job that you're at, and your friend turns out to be a waste man.
But they're looking,
You know what I'm
they're
saying?
looking like, bro, who you bring in?
Bro, there's such a liability now. We trained them and everything. You told me
you,
that they were gonna perform. You told me he's like you. You know what I'm saying?
one of us, I'm like you, cuz. Like, you.
So I was like, that's a
I
risk.
said hard worker. Yeah, he's hard to work with.
I misheard.
Oh, gosh.
That's hard.
Yeah. Again, right then, it's very hard to tell. For me, I know I could quickly follow things up if I really need to. So let's say if I meet you on a Saturday and they're talking about let's chat on a Monday, like I know I could actually do that. Like I follow things up quickly.
Yeah.
I think it just depends. Like if I see you reply quickly to me on a like let's say I call you on a Monday because you say you want to talk on a Monday, and I don't hear anything from you. Like now I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know if this is the guy. If that makes sense.
Right.
Because, I think in this space we come across a lot of people that say, yeah, hey, call me, text me, or send me an email. I'll reply. Let's see what we can do.
Like just talking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying the
I'm just like, all right,
nicest.
cool. And I'll again, like, you're right. I don't know if I'm going to miss out the opportunity or not. But I'll never know unless I actually go for
Unless
it.
you
Yeah,
take
so may
it.
as well
So
send it, I guess.
I go for it, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Monday, cool. Thursday, no reply. Yeah, you're not the guy.
You're not
Yeah,
that
of
person.
course.
You know that person that said you. I guess life gets in the way, but yeah,
The trust.
right there, that is very hard to determine.
I guess going along that then, how long does it actually take then? Or how long do you guys think you have to like talk to a person then to fully know them? So understanding what their attitude, their behavior, or their life story. This is very subjective, obviously. But typically for you, in order to be able to actually have trust for people, how long does that relationship have to last for you to really understand their attitude, behavior, and then it says life story too? What do you mean by stranger or friend? Because you said this in A.
I wasn't talking much of like relationships. Yeah, just more of like friends. Actually, for a bit of context, is this guy on TikTok that's going viral. You might know that he was on the pop the balloon thing, right? Obviously, he made some comments about the lady, sort of raised here and there, whatever it is, and I think other people were sort of reacting to that video, right? Some of them were sort of basically judge this guy based on everything, right? And then the second YouTuber had a live show with him for 5 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah, to sort of understand, like, okay, cool, this is my thoughts on who I thought you were, right? But now let me see if that aligns based on chatting to you. So within that 5 hours, he felt like he had a good idea of who this guy is. And the YouTubers, the first guys who reacted to that video, they have a very different view of who this guy is.
Yeah.
They never really had that conversation. And so now it's back to the whole conversation of, generally, like, how long do you think you could talk to a person to sort of know those values?
Life story is a crazy part.
Yeah,
of
life-
that. Attitudes, behaviors, and I think attitudes and behaviors are the first two. For those two, it's not necessarily a time duration thing, but when you get someone to the point of like they've dropped barriers, per se,
Yeah.
I feel like that's when you get that essence out of that individual. Because I've had actually, there is a decent amount of time that is required sometimes in these
do
conversations.
that, yeah.
But like I've sat down with people before, and maybe there's an issue or something like that going on, and it's perceived in one way. And then now, because we've sat down, and it's like I'm not here to just talk on a just talk vibe, unfiltered, and explain the
Air it
there's
out.
yeah, and you know how most of the time when something's going on in a situation, like you're only seeing the real time
rapid-
actions
yeah,
of
yeah.
things as well as the effects. But no one's ever like, okay, but 3 months ago, this is what happened, and then that caused me to now form this belief, and then now this caused me to start thinking this way about this person, and then I acted this way. You know what I mean? When you get someone to that point of, bro, run me back to,
Let's break it down.
let's break it
yeah,
down, run me
yeah.
back to that part there, you really like, bro, you can be, it's almost like talking about, sometimes you watch these serial killer movies, and then now they give you the backstory, and you're like, fuck, damn, you had a rough childhood still. It's like
Yeah.
that.
You're like,
I don't want
I
that to
keep-
justify the craziness, but damn, it makes
sense to
it's
why
something. It
you-
adds a little bit of context to this now, or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's when you get to those aspects, the building blocks of that. Like, I don't know how long that takes, but it's definitely not a 10-minute talk.
Damn, bro.
Can you put people in certain settings and see that though? Like especially
Yeah.
for their attitude and behavior. Can't that like come out in
From a setting.
certain settings? Like some people will be super nice to those that they're around, and then you hear examples of like at a restaurant, they get their order wrong, and then now they've disrespected the staff, or they've said, like just acting crazy type of thing.
yeah.
And of course, obviously, there's those instances where it's like, oh, maybe they just had a rough day. That's not actually who they are. But a lot of the times, it's like that's who they are towards those type of people, towards strangers. Because people are different towards strangers and towards their friends. And sometimes you like no amount of time you're gonna see that unless you put them in the right like scenario in order to see it. Or like even you're flying and your flight gets delayed, or something happens and then they start getting angry.
First of all,
She was like, this is like I'm gonna marry her. Oh.
first of all, that's only
I'm
an end.
kidding.
It's a means to an end. All right. That
Your
one
last
there's
resort.
that one there's in the tuck. if we need some results.
So you need to see them in different environments to sort of
Different
determine those.
environments, yeah. Life story is a different one though, because it takes time to build that trust with the person. And like speaking for me, in order for me to like give someone my full life story, it's definitely like after a few times hanging out just one-on-one, not even in group settings. Like we've hung out one-on-one. You've met like a sibling or something, and then that's when I would probably divulge into like, this is my whole life story. This is what I've been through. This is so and so and so. So yeah, it would take a bit of time. Maybe, don't know how long that would take, but.
I was gonna say, like, how protective do we need to, like, should we be over our life story even? Because, okay, I'll explain. I was in a setting today, actually, and someone was talking about their family dynamics. It's also funny because we're on a pod, so a lot of our life stories are just out there. Yeah. But I was in a setting today, and someone was talking about, like, their family dynamic between their mum and, like, their dad. And I was like, oh, that's Marwa's one as well. And I was about to be like, oh, yeah, like, my wife, she's actually got, like, the same. And then part of me was like, oh, that's
not my story to tell.
And I was like, damn, why am I, like, it's not crazy. There's nothing bad. Like, that's her reality. But I was like, oh, okay, I actually held back from like just sharing that into this forum because it's like Ma was not here. But it's relevant.
So you said like sharing other people's story?
No, our own, but like obviously that's the example I'm using is like I held back from sharing like a bit of Marwa's life story.
Yeah, right.
But then obviously for us too, like how protective are we meant to be over those aspects that have built us? Because a lot of the thing is like you hear people like, oh yeah, live your truth, but this setting, I don't really know these people. I don't feel comfortable sharing them.
I think for me, it's not like the fact that I'm not comfortable sharing, because I mean I went up on stage at church and I shared my story and stuff. But for me, it's more protecting the person involved and the image that's involved, because I'm like, okay, whatever happened, that person isn't in that season of their life right now, and it's like, if you go up to them and you meet them tomorrow, I don't want you to see them in that light, because like it happened. We might say, oh no, we're not going to judge the person based on what we hear. But it's like, if you hear the story and also like my story it's not crazy the way that I'm speaking, but I'm saying just in general, if someone were to share a story and it's like, okay, now I'm viewing, your sister or your mum in that type of light, because they abused you or they did something to you back in the day. So I think for a lot of people, it's like, because I can't tell my story without telling someone else's story, it kind of limits what I say. And so it might come across as like, oh, this person's trying to protect their story, or they're not sure about the environment or whatever. And so that's why I'm like, oh, if I know that you're the type of person that will hear the story, but you won't judge the people based on that, then, I'm 1 month into meeting, I'm happy to share the story with you type of thing.
But it also depends on like the person's story as well. Like if they're like, yo, I don't want you to share my story with anyone. Like example, if your dad was like, hey, I don't want you to share my story with your friends. Right? Then that's an aspect that you might have to sort of restrict when you're sharing your own story. Well, sort of to an extent. Like,
was at the same time it's her story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
I
mean. To an extent.
I get it. I think the one thing that is very true, I think, or like for me, like it's like when people share their story just like as if it's like, this is just my story and that's it. What I've always like seen it as is like they're not a victim to the story.
Okay,
because it's just like for them it's just a factual thing.
It's just what
you're
happened.
saying this in the positive sense?
In a positive sense.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're not a victim to the story. It's like, for example, someone will tell you, like a guy might tell you like, oh yeah, me and my wife have been trying to have kids we're trying to have kids for like 10 years and it just wasn't happening. And like that's the fact. Like that's just a fact, right? Yeah. And like they might say it early on, and it's like, oh, like, he's not a victim to the fact that this isn't happening how he would have hoped it would, right? Whereas like somebody who is constantly trying to suppress sharing that part of them, it's like there might be an element of like they haven't come to terms with this, right? They're a bit of a victim to this thing, understandably. But it's like there's something very powerful about like someone that's just like, yo, this is my story. Oh yeah, my mom was a crackhead. Whatever. You know what I mean? It's like it's. I can see, but then I can also see it on the other side of like, what you were saying, where it's like, if I lead with this, people then look at me through this lens and look at the people that I love through this lens. Yeah. And I don't know if I need that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a victim.
Yeah, of course,
you know what I mean? Like my dad is kind of like that actually. My dad doesn't share heaps about stuff that he's been through because his thing is he always says like, he's like, I'll never look at myself as a victim, and I'd hate for someone to look at me as a victim.
Him like that.
So he's like, I'm just not going to talk about much.
What do we say then, though? Because you think about those people then that like They're always sharing.
The oversharers.
Yeah. So where's that balance?
I think that was
That's tough. That's tough.
you know what I mean?
Because some people say, "Oh, you are a victim."
That's what I was trying to
and that's why
clarify
you
the
overshare.
positive aspect or not, because
True.
we've
Oversharing in like they'll bring it.
they'll
Like,
tell you the life story,
Yeah.
bro, comfortably.
Yeah, first time you meet them and suddenly, you know that Uncle so-and-so touched them.
okay.
And you're like, there was no reason for me to know this.
So, who are they confident? And that's just the
I mean, is
fact.
there something wrong in that though?
But I know that's
I-
what
I
this is
don't-
the forum, guys.
I don't-
This is our
yeah,
forum. This is our podcast. bro.
Well, okay. The only reason I say there's something wrong in that is because there's an element of it to me that goes like, why do you trust me so much?
Yeah, but
Like, you don't know that I have decent
but
intentions.
is that because of
that's
the way
the
you're
guys that
aligned
I apply to the story?
their
or-
story?
Yeah.
so what do we do?
There's no rules.
Of
with this
course,
stuff.
of
There's no
course,
rules.
yeah.
There's no
course.
rules.
That's interesting, though, man.
Because it's like what you were saying. Maybe they just view it as they give you the facts.
the story, yeah.
That's it. This what happened here. This what happened here. I did this there, and my dad did this, and my mom did this. This what happened. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like just straight factual information back to back, right? So yeah, I mean, because I got friends like that as well. Like the way they talk about it, they don't talk about it like they're emotional. I don't know if that makes sense. Like they're not saying, yeah, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
They just say like straight facts. It's almost like they're just reading a book.
Some of the people that scare me when they say the straight facts, I'm like, damn, you kind of dissociated.
It's like, oh, I don't think you've actually clocked how
You've-
crazy that actually
You've just
is.
become numb. I'm like, it's not really healthy. You know what I mean?
Especially the big go through for like years and years and years.
And now it's just like, this is.
Or it could even just be like they're in a completely different space now.
I don't want to look back into that chapter.
I mean, it's like I don't look. It's not that I don't look back. It's like I'm a different person. I'm in a
doesn't
different
define
life or whatever it is. So I'm just sharing
Yeah.
what happened.
The one that Noel mentioned before, though, around the "why do you trust me" kills me every time. Because like I've even like I've recently I heard someone be like, "Oh, but I trust you." Like, you know, I know you're not gonna say anything. I was like, "Damn, what
How do you
did
know?
I exhibit?" I'm like, "Thank you. Yes, you should trust me. I believe I am trustworthy." I was like, "What did I exhibit?" Like, it actually made me think about it. I was like, "Bro, what can one even actually exhibit to know that you can trust them?" Because you're not privy to every conversation that someone that you're confiding in has, right?
Yeah.
So what is it that one can exhibit in a conversation that allows you to be like, no, actually, look, I trust you?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's only a matter of time as well.
I think there's
You know
a
what I mean?
correlation, though.
You can trust them, and then it's like, yeah, they've been holding a secret, but then 5 years later, they brought it up out of nowhere
Yeah, use it against
in
you.
a comment. Nah, not even necessarily use it against you, but like in passing, they've just brought that thing up. Oh yeah, actually, so also actually.
Oh, to someone
my
else.
bad.
Got
You
you.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it kills me. I'm just like, yeah, why do you trust me? But like, yeah, what was it? Like,
It's
there's
like-
actually nothing you can really base it off.
Well, from what I've seen, is those who are very quick to just say it out loud. They're the same that would do it on social media as well,
Okay.
right? If you get what I mean. Like, so for example, this friend, they were just very early stages of the friendship. I know everything.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, oh, because you're right. I was just like, oh, why do you trust me so that much at a very early stage? But then I go to all the social media, I look at the stories, and they're just letting everybody know. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So it's not just me.
Yeah.
If that means like you're okay with the people around you knowing
Yeah.
what's happening in your life.
Yeah.
I'm more talking about the people where it's like no one knows and they've confided kind of thing. But I guess
that, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess
there's
maybe-
there's typically a correlation between if they were quicker to say it to you, then they would also.
nah, but I'm thinking there surely should be a. I think what I was gonna say is sometimes I think people see the way you might lead your own life,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
that
trust
is
you.
enough of that. That's enough merit. You know what I'm saying? To then back up and defend. Okay, I can trust this person
Yeah.
because clearly they're a person of principle or like the way that they live their life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
But they're more coming to you for advice in that sense, right? More than just telling you stuff.
No, but sometimes it's been both, like of like divulging some serious terms, you
Yeah.
know. But maybe sometimes it does start off with the principle thing or like advice, and then it's like
Yeah,
okay,
there's
yeah,
like,
I think at the end of the day, there's also like nothing wrong with sharing your story.
100%. Yeah.
You know,
It can
and
be
and then
damaging
whatever
to you
what
if you're
that it
unwise.
can be, but it's like you're not in the wrong for sharing your story with someone that you think you trust.
Right.
If that person goes and does something with that
Yeah.
information, it's on them. You know, so well, yeah.
Well,
What do we read?
shall we do some
some
dilemmas?
Yeah.
And then let's pack it up, man.
Dilemmas.
Alright. So
Dilemmas.
yes, 2 weeks ago, we put up a post saying we've got a pastor coming on. Please send us your dilemmas. A lot of you sent it after we'd actually recorded the episode. So a lot of these might be related to some things around, like being able to actually ask a pastor these questions and whatnot.
Yeah, this would have been good for
It's
the
not like
pastor
everyone was
6 days
just
ago,
going
yeah.
through a religious deconstruction at the same time. Everyone just thought that we're going to ask the pastor these questions.
Would have been good to ask some of the pastors about this question.
For sure. But yeah, they all came afterwards, man.
Let's
Should
start off with the first one. Wait, which one do you have? How do I feel? How do I start to fear God? Is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah,
or-
but I'm trying to see what else is here, man. How about this? We'll do
Which one you looking at?
I'll do the funny one.
I bet go for
Start.
it.
All right. So there's a little bit of a big paragraph in this one here, but the person says, so, ... As we know, the rental crisis is real and it's a struggle out here for real. After nearly being homeless, a lady at church offered to rent her room, so I took it. So I moved in with her and her son, who's the same age as me. I never saw her son at church. First time I met him was when I moved in. The guy is handsome too. Anyways, the mother is in Bali for a month, and boy, living with this man alone is testing my capacity. The devil is working overtime. He always walks around shirtless, abs showing. He leaves the door open when he changes his clothes. I don't know if I'm just overthinking this or he is really trying to move on me. Maybe I should move. I don't know.
Wow.
All right. Well, I don't think we're trying to dispel or figure out if this person's making a move or not. Whatever. But what should this individual do? I mean, go. What were you saying?
I'll say, from a guy's perspective, if you're home alone and there's this girl that's living at your house and that's the way you're
In assumption.
behaving, what would
you're
we
trying to
say?
see
Like,
something.
if we were the guy and we're doing that, what are we doing? Yeah, we are. Yeah. So you clearly have not like that's your answer. The guy is definitely thinking
He is
that
too.
too.
To move to you.
Bro,
Who changes with their door
changing
open?
with the door open
Come
is
on.
nuts. I'm not gonna do that when I'm home alone.
That is crazy. That is that's a real decision.
Changing with the door open is wild.
Bruh.
This person doing this in this situation
Bro, this guy's hilarious, bro.
because clearly it
It's
looks
probably
like,
it's probably like, is she home? Okay, cool.
yeah.
Give the door open or something.
Because it looks like they are obviously someone that is trying to maybe uphold some certain Christian values and principles. They said that they met this lady at her church or at their church.
But then the issue is the finding a place to go.
Finding a place to go afterwards.
Yes, because they were already struggling beforehand, which does make it very difficult.
Bro, the hardest thing is I was about to be like set some boundaries within this house. I was like, dang, that's his house.
It's their house, yeah.
Yo,
Bro, I'm just, like
what
the
can
house,
someone actually do?
bro? Like, is the house like, is everything within here? You know?
Yeah, yeah, but like, all right, you're
Like
in
kitchen,
the kitchen,
yeah,
you know what I
kitchen
mean?
area.
Making your Niggerang noodles, and Donnie's
Dude's
just
come out
finished
with
his
a towel.
shower. Yeah, in his towel dripping water.
Nah, see that guy?
Like, what can you actually do?
Like the thing that I want to say is on a Joseph situation, flee. But
Like, where you
where do
home,
you
bro.
go?
Where do you go? Yeah.
Like,
You know?
You sleep.
I mean, technically you could be like, hey, do you mind like closing the door when you change?
Because I feel like even if that's your house thing, like that's decorum.
Yeah,
He knows what he's doing
You
though. That's the
wouldn't change
thing.
with the door open if your mom was home.
100%.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Even if you're home alone.
Yeah. So
Nah, surely, right, guys? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I said that too. I said even when I'm home alone, I don't even change with the door open like that.
Yeah, locked door.
Bro, I have to
locked.
like.
Bro, if
even-
a thief comes in, I need time to put. I can't fight him with no boxes on.
you get me, man. Even when I'm home alone, I don't walk through. Like if I've like my towel, like I forgot a towel or something, I don't walk through the house naked. I run. I run through the house naked. You know what I mean? Like it's even to that level of like I'm home alone. I'm not. But you can take your time. I'm running.
Nah.
Cool. Kevin Hart's dad.
I need to get the ASAP.
Sorry, excuse me. Right. So I don't know. What did I do, man?
I would say it's not practical, but like try and avoid going outside into the main areas if he's there as well. Like if it comes to walking, if you have to walk past his room when he's changing, do one of these that like you're looking away. But I mean, ultimately, if we are trying to like come on an adult to an adult situation, just be like, hey, do you mind toning it down a little? Like how bad can the conversation go if you just say that? Like, hey, please.
Because like if he says no,
Matches anything.
Yeah.
then that's crazy.
You have no aura.
If he says no, if he says no, they know what time is on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If that person is very oblivious, which I doubt, but if they're oblivious, then now you've helped them to correct it. You know what I mean? But I reckon, hopefully it makes it awkward. You know what I mean?
It's still unreasonable what they're asking, anyways.
Ask the Holy Spirit for some help as
Nah,
well.
I'll cop out, bro. But yeah.
No, as well. Why not? If
As well,
they
yeah.
are trying to uphold, all of that stuff, for sure.
If you can,
you're
same
trying
age
to
as them, so
uphold,
clearly
yeah.
they can,
Come
meet
on
on
now.
that level. I reckon, adult to adult kind of conversation there.
Yell at them.
Yeah. What, from outside the door? Bro? That's
Yeah,
mad.
just have that conversation. That's
All right. Let me get this other one here. This person, bro. I'm a Christian male who's currently talking to this girl who's spiritual. Think star signs. They put that in brackets. and I was wondering, how do I methodically convert her to become a follower of Christ?
That's good, man. I really like that you're doing flirt to convert method. It's really good. Like, it's gonna go so good for you. Just keep at it, bro. Just keep at it.
Keep at it.
Keep
Hack
at
away,
it.
dog.
I reckon, like, one smart technique is like maybe you tell her you're a star sign, and then she'll think you're like maybe going on her side. And then you're like, oh, why don't you come with church with me?
Done. Look at that.
Yeah, like I'll go your way a little, you come my way a little, and then perfect, bro. This is so smart. Keep at it, bro.
Yeah, nah, that one not gonna
Freaking
work, man.
fool! You freaking
You're
fool!
not a fool. You are not a fool.
He is a
We're
fool.
trying to be practical and help this
Yeah.
gentleman.
He is.
So, as a man, what would you guys do?
I'll tell him he's a fool.
Yeah, like
Like, sometimes you need to hear the truth, bro. Like, what did J. Cole say? Don't save her,
she
don't wanna be
Wanna be
saved.
saved.
Yeah, man, because Mercury's in retrograde.
bro. It's all in the Gatorade.
It's all in the Gatorade, dog. Yeah, I feel like that's a
you can't go.
Some truths you need to hear hard, man. Like,
I
it's like
reckon,
when people really try to force the interfaith thing or all that kind of stuff. It's like, bro, you need to hear the hard truth.
And-
Like,
yeah.
the reality is like, you can make anything work. It's just not optimal at all.
Because
And it's
now
gonna be
you're
a
making it
headache.
hard on yourself.
You're making it
Right.
hard on yourself.
Because you're going through a pathway that you actually never know if it's gonna lead up
Yeah.
to where you want it to go.
Yeah.
Right? You might as well just find someone who already shares the same faith as you, because clearly that's something that you value.
100%.
So why not just do
Yeah,
that?
I was gonna say, sorry,
Go.
I was gonna say like on a relationship thing, I reckon that's not wise. On a friendship
Friendship,
thing,
yeah, that's
run it
calm.
up, 100%. We
calm.
can talk. About,
But if you're already interested in someone, like you know that subconsciously you'd be doing it not for the sake. Like,
well, I'm saying in
if
general,
this was
yeah.
a friendship and you had no,
if this was a friendship,
yeah.
we'll talk
Because
about that.
like ultimately, I don't like 2 weeks ago, like on the episode, what I was saying was like you cannot treat yourself like the exception.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
really can't treat yourself like the exception. Like everyone's tried. I've tried this. Always like, oh, I'm gonna date this person that doesn't, have the same faith that I do, and then you're just like, oh, it's just wasted time and effort and everything, and it's like,
Before you know it, it's
Yeah.
8 months gone.
bro, months or years for
Yeah,
some
for
people
some
or whatnot.
people,
It's
yeah.
just like, what's the point?
It's trying to force.
I think if it's hard, if she's told you or if you know that she's not interested
that
in,
too.
changing or becoming a follower of Christ, that's your sign to just be like, that's it.
'Cause
Not a
like-
star sign, but a
Yeah,
sign.
that's the that's your star sign, bro. The other thing is like, just I don't know, as well as a follower of Christ, like, do you really want this person to come to the faith because, like, you'll never be certain did they come to the faith because of me or because
it's not an intellectual conversation.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. I forgot. There was, I think his name is like Kirk Cameron. He, the Way of the Master is this thing that was in America, like all this like evangelism kind of stuff. And his thing was like, you don't. And the other guy's name is like Ray something. But it's like you don't talk to people on the level of intellect when it comes to this, because if it's not, then it's just argument against argument. And if someone is convinced on intellect, then that can also be kind of like ultimately changed at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Proven different. Yeah. Yeah. So
right.
yeah, man. You
Yeah.
might have to let her go.
Yeah, you're right. Because
Leave it away. Don't
Did
get
I
caught
commit
for
for
pause.
you,
Don't die
for-
for yeah.
For
Do you ever feel like you have to be on your best behavior around non-Christians so you don't make other Christians look bad?
around non-Christian.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you have to be on your best behavior? I don't consciously think about this
I was
all
gonna
the time.
say. Oh, so you think about it sometimes?
Like sometimes it comes to my attention, what I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't consciously walk around leading with this type of a best behavior
Mentality.
thing. Because then
Trying
it
to be on your
means
best behavior all the time.
yeah, I'm trying to be on my best behavior all the time. I'm not even trying to be on my best behavior. I want my behavior to just
To be correct.
output the best.
Totally.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, to actively have to think about that means I'm switching it up. I'm code switching. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And yeah, I feel like thankfully, for the most part, I don't believe I engage in trying to change that. You know what I mean?
Non-conscious. Okay.
So it's not a conscious thing, but I think it's definitely like when
But
I
like
say
you're
that,
aware.
when I say it's brought to my attention is because sometimes I'm made aware of the certain influences I have in some certain relationships or situations or even unknowingly. And I'm like, okay, there needs to be there's a level of this isn't now like a non-Christian space thing. This is just an in general output of what I put out. I'm like, okay, there's a little bit of thought that has to go into
Because people are watching.
what to represent. Yeah,
People are watching, yeah, whether you think about it or not. Especially if you're someone who's, posts on social media. They're like, attending church, attending like your Bible studies and all that stuff. And then when you're in public, in like a setting, let's just say a party or something, people are just watching to see how does this person actually behave when they're out, just to try and call you out. But, try and practice those things each and every day so that you don't have to think about it when you're around those people. And it just happens naturally.
This doesn't exactly relate to this one, but
Of course.
it's like what's that phrase? Like if you have to something about like if you have to get ready on the day of war, like you were never like ready or something like that. It's like you should always be ready ultimately.
Always ready,
So
yeah.
it's like if I'm not acting like this all
Stay
the time.
ready, you don't got to get ready.
Yeah, stay ready. Yeah, let's go with that. Stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
That's it.
If that's not the mentality I have in terms of my behaviors, then what are we talking about practice? What are we talking about here? But you guys, you switch it up? Code switch?
I never actually thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah, interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, wherever I go, that's just who I am.
That's me, man.
You know what I mean? Gonna chat to everybody. You guys already know. You know what I mean? So
I think sometimes there's certain environments I'm in where it's like I try to be even more of an example than I would in the Christian
I hear
space.
that.
example for who?
For the guys, as this is when
Like sometimes you feel like that's the mission field right now.
yes,
Do you know what I'm
yes,
saying? Yeah, I
like
hear that. I
literally
hear that.
where it's like I feel like I want to try my best to have even cleaner conversation or whatever because you are not getting that in this.
Or steer.
Or
even.
steer the discussion or
conversation.
all that kind
Okay,
of stuff just because it's like you might not get this anywhere else
Yes.
at all, right? And it's like if I perpetuate what you're already around, then the only Christian that you know or the only active Christian that you know is exactly like you.
Yeah.
Is that best behavior or is it just more?
Yeah, so I was gonna say I think best behavior almost seemed like it connoted a change. Like there's a worse behavior that same person has.
Yeah.
So I hear the thing of like amplifying.
Yeah, amplify.
I feel like there's no problem with that.
That part
I feel like that's great. Yeah, because
I-
it's, you know what I'm saying. You're here.
Yeah.
You're already here. Like there's a bit. What's that thing about like being a thermometer versus thermostat kind of thing? I don't know if you guys ever had that phrase ever told to you when you were younger.
Thermostat versus thermometer.
Yeah. So like.
Be the thermostat,
that's
don't
what
be
I
the
mean. Yeah,
thermometer.
be the thermostat, not the thermometer in terms of like change the environment,
Yeah.
don't be changed by
Because
it.
thermometers go up people's butts.
Yeah, we don't like that one.
That one I agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really looked at it as like changing behavior, just more of me sort of having certain conversation or steering a certain way. Interesting one.
Lucky last. How do I start to fear God? I currently struggle with the holy fear of God, but don't know how to start fearing and revering Him. That's a big question.
That's really hard.
And it's kind of nice that someone's at that point to even articulate that kind of question or share that. How do I start to fear God? Dang. Any initial thoughts?
I think you do.
Like, I've got something on my mind.
That's a great question. That's a question of someone that fears God, or like wants to fear God. And I think that alone is how you fear God. Like it's a real decision. Like it's a absolutely a choice to fear God. Yeah. And I think like seeking to do what brings Him pleasure as opposed to seeking what brings you pleasure is great evidence of fearing God.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you think about like the verse of like the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom too. It's like as someone who is now looking introspectively to try to find some of these answers towards like life or searching for things that are important or just, how do you want to like navigate? I think it's quite synonymous with having a fear of God in that. If that's the approach you're taking in terms of like, yo, I'm trying to find something outside of myself. You know what I mean? It comes to that reverence then at that point because you're like, clearly this is beyond me. This is above me,
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what brings someone to that point. And you think about like, bro, Job honestly got packed up in the Bible, yeah. But you think about that situation there where like Job's searching for answers of like, bro, why did all this happen to me? Or what's the purpose of life? What's the point of this? What's the point of that? And then at the end of the day, the conclusion Job comes to is like, hey, man, God's good.
Yeah.
God's great.
Yeah.
God's like, bro, were you there when I started building this? You know what I mean? Like, do you know how the firmaments of the earth, like, do you know how this thing is held up? You know what I mean? I feel like in the pursuit of understanding certain things, the conclusion that most people...
God said, tuck your tail between your legs and go.
Oh, bro, you're a little boy to me. Little boy, kiss you on your forehead, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think the pursuit of that with the right kind of heart positioning leads someone to that reverence at the end of the day. Do you know what I'm saying? So you need to kind of think about what kind of questions are you asking, what answers are you also seeking as well, and what do you want that to mean for you in your life? Like, are you searching for it to be a part of like, now this is what I make sense and this is how I'm gonna live my life because I have come to these conclusions, or does the conclusion sit outside of you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think if you're searching correctly, that outside of you becoms a reverence of God kind of thing.
100%. Pray about it, man. For real. Pray about it. Understand the word. Read the word. Just let the Holy Spirit talk to you.
These Sudanese love the Holy Spirit, man.
Hey,
Praise God.
why not?
Praise God. Praise God.
Why not?
We praise the Lord.
Hey, man, that's all I want.
Yo, thank you for joining us for another episode. Next week could be interesting.
Could be.
Could be. To decide whether it's going to be interesting or not still.
Factuals. It's actually up to us, huh?
It's up to us whether it'll be interesting or not.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe,
Yes, sir.
and we'll catch you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Much love.